Redo You, the podcast that teaches you tools and strategies so you can build the confidence to rediscover and reinvent yourself. With me, Emma Hull, your favorite life coach. Each week, I'll introduce a concept that you can implement right away so you can live your most authentic life. Let's get started. Money can be the source of stress for many people. Today, I'm going to share with you a strategy that you can use to work on your relationship with money so that it's no longer a stress and is actually something that you enjoy. I want you to have a monthly date with your money. And to do that, you're going to start out by figuring out where your money actually goes. So on your first date with money, you're going to sit down with a pen and paper, or you can use a spreadsheet. Make a list of all the different kind of categories that you spend in. Maybe it's things like groceries, rent, coffee shops, entertainment, clothes. And then go through your credit card or your receipts, or if you don't have any records, just use your memory and make a best guess as to how much you spend on average each month in each of those areas. And then total up that amount and compare it to your income. Notice if there's a discrepancy. And don't judge yourself. This is about gathering information and starting to build that relationship with money. Next, you're going to set your budget for the next month. So if your expenses were less than your income, maybe you get to decide to put some money away, or maybe you decide to spend a little bit more money on yourself. If they're the same, maybe you're okay with that, or maybe you'd like to spend a bit less so you can put away savings. But if, like most people, your expenses exceed your income, then you're going to look at a way to see how you can bring that more in line. So think about the month ahead and any commitments that you have, and go through each of those line items and set yourself a realistic budget for how much you're going to need this month. Total that up and see how that compares to your income. If it's still not matching, go back through and see where you can make adjustments. So maybe you really want to go away, you've got a girls' weekend planned, you're going to the spa, going and staying in a hotel for a few nights. So maybe you can scale back, and instead of going for all those treatments, you stay in the hotel, you take your coffee maker with you and take snacks for lunch. Think about how you can manage your expenditures so that they don't feel restrictive, because else you will rebel against them, but that you can bring your spending in line with your income. Every single time you make a purchase, you're going to track it. So if you've got purchases like your recurring Netflix payment already automatically goes out, go ahead and track those, write those down, things like your rent. And then every time you make an actual purchase, you're going to write it down, either carry a little notebook with you or use an app and track every single purchase, and tell yourself, if you don't have time to track this, you don't have time to make this purchase. And then at the end of the month, you sit down for your date with money, pour yourself a glass of wine, make a hot chocolate, light a candle, cuddle up on the couch, and look through and see how you did. Notice how well you did, and look for any areas that you need to make changes and what adjustments you can make, and think about what contributed to you going over in one area or under in another. And then plan your next month. And each month you'll learn and grow and feel much more in relationship with your money. Rather than trying to keep it at a distance and bury it and ignore it, you'll actually enjoy being in control and involved in your spending. Thank you for tuning in to this episode of the Redo You podcast. Remember to subscribe, rate, and review, and tell a friend, because together we rise even higher. See you next Friday.